My name is Ryan Diotti. I'm the president, CEO, owner of Diotti Racing Innovations. I also work for the County of Santa Clara as a fleet service mechanic. You can find me there in the daytime, but at night, over the weekends, you can find me in here in the motor room and in the shock area building shocks. My end goal with DRI is, I guess, first of all, to gain the respect of everyone that has ever been my customer. You know, if you've been a customer of mine, I want you to tell everybody you know what a great experience it was, and how good the product worked. I want to be known for always, you know, when things don't go perfect, for always staying behind my product and making it right. You know, 45 weekends out of the year, I'm out here in the shop trying to make it happen, trying to make everyone else faster. So without them, you know, none of this works. In the end, the goal is to, you know, like I said earlier, have something, have a business that my son Chase can run one day and make a living at. You know, it's getting to the point now where, you know, someone can make a decent living off of it if they put in the hours. You know, I mean, he's only 5 years old now, but shoot, I think by 12 years old or 10 years old, I'll have him in the shock room building shocks. You know, so if I can instill my work ethic and my attention to detail into him, and if this is something he wants to do, then I think he might have a pretty slick little job. So I mean, Chase is a thoroughbred. So when it comes time to get him in the seat, I'm sure, or I hope anyways, if he wants to race, I'm pretty dang sure he does. But if he wants to race, we'll get him in the car, and hopefully I can teach him the finer details in that, you know, the things we do off the track, and then he can go out there and you know, let his genetics do the rest. We'll start out with my dad. He raced enduro cars. It's like an American stock, but a little bit different. But they run, you know, for 150, 200 laps. I remember watching him and cheering for him. And he was a crew chief on a modified team for Jim DiGiovanni. And I think I was probably like 8 years old, 9 years old, the first time I got to use an impact wrench to put a tire on. And from then on, I was hooked. You know, he used to go every Wednesday night to go work on the car. They work on the car Wednesday, load up Thursday, and then race Friday, sometimes Saturday too. And man, ever since that happened, I mean, every Wednesday night I was going with them to the shop. You know, sitting in the car, bleeding brakes. I mean, I remember them scaling the car and telling me not to touch it. You know, just little stuff, you know, that I picked up from my dad. And then when I started racing myself when I was 12, you know, just seeing how much detail he paid attention to when we were working on the car. You know, I didn't realize, you know, I was 12 years old, I didn't realize what a big deal tire pressure was, and now I tell all my guys that's probably one of the most important things that you can't screw up. You know, so yeah, ever since, you know, I was 12 years old, started racing a go-kart. I mean, every single birthday up until that point, you know, they say, oh, you know, make a wish for you blow the candles out. I wished for a freaking go-kart, and I finally got it, and I was obsessed with it. You know, it's probably why my school, I did okay in school. You know, I got through school just fine. Never had to go to summer school or anything like that, but I was, you know, average B, C student, and it was because when I got home, I didn't think about school, didn't think about homework. All I wanted to do was wrench on the go-kart or the dwarf car, depending on what part of school it was. But you know, I mean, 15 years is a long time, but at the same time, it really doesn't feel that long ago when my dad brought that go-kart home. So the atmosphere at a dwarf car national is probably unlike any other race class. I mean, you can walk down to any trailer, and if they got the part in their trailer that you need, they're going to let you borrow it. Whether you're their fiercest competitor or, you know, somebody that they beat on a regular basis, it doesn't really matter. You know, and that's super cool. I know it's not like that in all classes of racing. Some classes just take things way too serious.
What are we doing, Ryan?
Man, it's out here living the dream, dude.
Yeah.
Living the dream. Most of my competitors are also my customers, so, you know, that makes it interesting sometimes, because I'm not sure if some of these guys think I'm going to mislead them or not, but, you know, they ask me what's on the car, and I give them straight up answers. I give them demonstration. They'll step in my car and show them, and if they want to believe me, great. If not, you know, then I guess it's their loss. But with dwarf car, it seems like, you know, it doesn't matter who you are, how fast you are, what chassis you got, who built your shocks, your motors. We're gonna, you know, if you need help, yeah, we're gonna be there for you. So when I first started racing, my mom used to record all of my races, and I used to keep the camcorder on my bed. And before I went to bed every night, I'd be watching the races, and then when I woke up in the morning, I watched them some more, and then boom, get up, get ready to go to school, and then do my thing. And then it was that same thing before bed every night, every time I woke up, watching race videos. And then my wife Melissa, you know, she was like my biggest sponsor when I had my own car. So, you know, without their support, definitely wouldn't be where I am now. And GRI especially, you know, Melissa gives me up, you know, pretty much every weekend now, because I'm not here in the shop. You know, we get a few weekends here and there and take vacations and stuff, but happy wife, happy life. So that, I mean, goes from my dad. I mean, obviously my mom let my dad spend, you know, crazy amounts of money on, you know, on me and on my brother racing. Man, good old Cameron Diatti. You know, I raced with him last year a lot because I ran locally at Ocean Speedway where he dominated every single time he was there. You know, and I told him this at the beginning of the year, I think racing against him all last year really just made me better because he drives the car so hard. So if I wanted to stay on the same straightaway as him, I had to be on that level, you know, and same thing with my driving and me setting up the car. I mean, I was scrambling every week trying new stuff so I could still see him at the end of the race, you know, and I really think that transferred over into this season. You know, the first race of the year we ran in Canyon, and man, I was just driving the car as hard as I could, and I think it was just because I was already used to driving that hard because I ran against him all last year. So, you know, running against Cameron can be irritating sometimes because he's super aggressive, you know, but at the same time, he makes you earn it, which is good. So racing to me now, I almost have more fun tuning on the car and seeing how it's going to work than driving the car itself. I mean, I've been doing this, you count my go-kart racing, like 15 years now. So now, I mean, obviously I enjoy racing the car, especially having tight battles with guys and, you know, come out of the car and go, man, that was fun, that was cool. But I'll tell you what, man, working in the shop and brainstorming, because you only get to race for, you know, 20, 30, 40 minutes when you're actually at the races, but you get all week to spend hours and hours. I mean, me and Tony probably talk on the phone an hour every day, and most of that is just brainstorming things we can do to make the cars better and things I want to try, things he wants to try, and you know, we brainstorm, we put it all in one package, and then cross our fingers, and when it works, that's a pretty awesome feeling. You know, but just no mercy, step on their throats, and never stop trying to get better, because as soon as you think your car's the best, or as soon as you think you know everything, boom, just like that, you're nothing.
This is not a good film. There's chorizo or beans or chili verde.
This one. You're almost. Oh, you.
Mother of champions.
Stud. You guys asked for it.
Blue ticket!
Thanks for coming. This is Friday.
Camarón.
How can I forget your name?
Tony, 24 hours, broken down the side of the road. I don't know how many hours working on the cars. You're the man. Thank you. Melissa, I love you. Thank you. DNR Chassis, DRI, obviously. Everybody, South Bay, Western States. Todd Dameron for the hat. Good. All right. Thanks, everybody. There it is, dude. Game over. You can go home now.
No, everybody's a big Punky, you know? Punky's the one that worked with me to get this going. We did it last year. We had better workout last year. Thought we'd have more this year. But I think, I don't know, maybe last year they felt that weather and thought, oh, fuck this thing. Alright, let me grab my laptop and I'll pull up that video real quick. It's about a 3-minute video. Okay. But it's pretty cool. I think you guys will dig it. Okay. I think he would anyway, because he's making them. So
Right.
it's rubbered over, and our concern would be if we did too much grading, that we're going to create more dust.
Right.
Right
No,
now,
exactly.
our
I
problem
agree
is we
100%.
don't really have the best.
Let it get black and the dust will go away.
Yeah, we don't have the best clay out there right now, and for Central Valley, with the wind and the heat, it dries off and goes dry slick. And
Right.
next thing you know, we got dust fest. So,
Yeah, no, we come here expecting dry slate, but yeah, I mean, not very much dust.
so you won last night?
Yeah.
Main event?
Yes, sir.
Here, you want a hat?
Sure.
The perks.
Tell everybody I gave you one. So you come over here.
I won't tell nobody else.
It's only being recorded.
Hello, this is Ed. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Here, right here. I thought we used to. Remember that one time when we went longer enough to go get some?
Pepper or anything, or
If there's water.
what was that?
You got water?
I can go get you a water. I'll get you a water.
Yeah, I need to get
Light's
some
doing the
water.
same thing.
Colorado Kool-Aid.
Colorado.
Oh, she went, hang on a second. Sorry. It was. Oh, it's right here.
Yeah, that's perfect, dude. It is. Right on, thanks, man.
All right.
Cool. See if we make it happen
Good luck
again tonight.
tonight.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Back it up.
Yep, that's the plan.